We're a little bit early to this one this time.
So just another 3.
Nice and early. Yeah, I want to come on early. Why not? Hey everyone, we are coming to you live. I think we've got this live on Facebook,
Fantastic.
LinkedIn, and YouTube. So just bear with us while we get everything set up. So we're a little bit early. It was supposed to be 4:45 Melbourne time to come at you for this live video. Today we are going to be talking about
COVID-19 and how you can get things better. Sorry.
That's all right.
And how you can get better, upgrade to your skills, basically.
Yeah, so pretty much today we're going to be touching base on how to find a job during COVID-19, also how to upskill yourself as well, rather than spending this time doing other things. This is a really great opportunity for everyone. So we will just wait for some questions to come through. We're here. Oh, okay, we've got stuff on Facebook coming through. I'll grab my phone, but I guess we'll probably start with, so I'm Jess and this is
Anna Maria.
And we, like I mentioned, we both are in the professional recruitment space. So what we'll be talking about today, in case you've just tuned in, because we're right on time, will be how to find a job during COVID-19 and also how to upskill yourself.
And it's very important how you advertise yourself and marketing yourself around it at these tough times. Guys, You can do it. It's just how you go for it, how you presenting your product out there into the recruiter or to the client. So today we're going to be
Ryan Skinner. We have Kieran. Great initiative. Hi, both of you. Asif, nice to see you all the way from Pakistan. We have Pierre, we have Salman, afternoon, we have Paul. How are we all? So drop your comments below. Yes, we've got the COVID-19
yes, I love
covering
the
the face.
emoji. I think we should just do it one day, just to put the mask.
Yes, I've got actually some. I had them. Actually, so I knew about this coronavirus way back when it was 100. And everyone thought I was mental. I'm in the office, guys, get yourself masks. And I managed to get a bunch. And in fact, I remember there was massive boxes of them. But I just thought I'll just get 5, right? But I could have got the whole box. But they were pretty expensive, so I wasn't going to do that. Okay, so what sort of accomplishments can we put out? Drop your comments below. How to find a job, how to upskill, and what kind of skills are really good to obtain right now to make yourself more desirable. So the first thing that I'll start with today is obviously the fact that in about 3 months' time, we're going to see a huge amount of jobs come through. So the important thing is to have and make sure that you're prepared. It's almost like trying to get your bikini bod before summer. Summer is coming. It's around the corner. This is where you have your time to prepare. So the most important thing that we covered already was the resume writing. So we've got the resume writing services that you can get if you miss our video or if you're still not really sure on how to write a resume, because we obviously can cover just the basics and every custom situation is more personal. So if you do need a CV, hop on there. We already did job interview tips as well, which was a great video just the other week. So job interview tips. Once again, there's an ebook for that. You can book in for a one-on-one job interview training session if you felt that you still might have a little bit of challenges on that. So today what we're covering is finding jobs. What are the skills that employers are looking for? So let's start off with a couple of questions that we've already had. So
I see some very nice question here.
What have you got?
Yeah, from cybersecurity analyst here.
Yeah.
So one question, I'm working as a part-time casual employee as a cybersecurity analyst in Coping, Australia. Since I'm also studying full-time masters in cybersecurity, so good on you. Mm-hmm. Does my score remain limited? How can I ask my recruiters to convert and extending full-time role to part-time role, something to that KPMG.
Yeah. All right. No worries. So, okay, gotcha.
I'm
so you're working.
Put your glasses. Thank you.
So working as part-time analyst, you're casual there at cybersecurity. So you're studying part-time and you've probably got a bit of a casual job. And I'm assuming that that is not in your field. Yeah, absolutely. Still include that on the resume. But in this instance, you would be really highlighting your studies. So all of those great things and skills that you're learning in your studies, that's your highlight when you're a graduate and just starting out. So you can certainly definitely apply those skills into various different areas. You're mentioning there that you're looking for like full-time work. So you can certainly apply those skills into different areas. So what skills are most relevant during this disruptive period? Okay, the most important skill right now, I think, would be somebody who is very astute and knows how to use online platforms, cloud, Zoom, demonstrated that you've worked virtually for an organization before and you have self-autonomy, right? So someone who can manage their day and their time, and remember as well, phone interview and video interview skills, because you want to try and get that job. But what they're going to be looking for is the technical capabilities for online programs, type speed, how well you can work with a remote team. Maybe those of you who've worked previously in big consulting firms that are like global and there's international exposure, which is a lot of you, that is finally going to be an amazing asset for you. Anyone who's dealt with remote team businesses, like, you know, where maybe the head office is in the US or in India, that's finally going to come and be super useful. Oh, wow, we've got a lot of questions. Amazing. Hello, everyone. I want to say hello to everyone individually, but I can't. Ping me for sure. Yep, typos. Greetings from Castle Hill. Nice. Another one. Awesome. A lot of people work once a week. Okay, I'm not sure what that question is. Just say, drop me your question and just make it nice and clear, because it's hard when we are obviously live. So the first thing I think that we'll cover is the importance of where to find a job. Now, many of you are here on LinkedIn right now. I'm probably assuming that you all are aware that LinkedIn has a job search function. If you don't know that, then I would highly recommend that you hop on there. I'm not sure if many of you have also noticed, but you can actually hashtag on LinkedIn, hashtag hiring, and it should come up with all of the posts that are relevant to hiring. And a lot of recruiters and companies, they use the hashtag hiring when they're looking for staff. So even if they haven't posted a job ad, try the hashtag hiring, and that should help you. Another really good tip would be Facebook and Instagram. Once again, that hashtag hiring, that's amazing, because you'll be able to find any of the companies who are doing those posts. Typically, if they're advertising a job, they're going to use that hashtag hiring. And so you should be able to bring up some of the jobs that are secret that are there. Also, places like angel.io. That's an amazing place to find startup jobs. And don't forget, of course, places like reesby.com.au. I know I'm biased, but recruitment company like us, we represent hundreds of different clients all at the same time. So when you send us your resume, it's almost like sending your resume to like 300 different companies all at the same time. Our company is still planning to hire part-time during these hard times. I think they're more looking at contract work rather than part-time. So it'll still be Monday to Friday, but they're looking at more like a 3-month or a 6-month contract. So if you normally are searching, let's say you're a project manager, which is a bad example. Okay, let's go for something else. Let's say you're an IT manager, very commonly a full-time permanent job. I would suggest, if you're on seek.com and you're searching for IT manager and you're searching under the full-time permanent jobs, I would actually recommend you check that box where it says contract, because you might find that there's not many IT jobs out there right now. But if you click contract, you might see there's more available to you. So another little tip. Very informative information. Thank you, guys. Oh, no worries. Anytime. Also, I wish to move into cyber. You've got lots of questions, Harsh. I would love to have a chat with you, and you're more than welcome to drop us your resume, reesby.com.au. Hopefully it's showing up. For those of you on the Facebook or YouTube, it might not come up, so you have to search that. I'll drop it in the comments later, so definitely tune in. We'll have an ebook and everything, but if you're wanting that personal, information regarding your own individual circumstance, then just certainly DM us and we will get back to you. We'll try to ensure that. Okay. Will you connect with us after? Yes, I can connect with you after, no worries. So the next thing I think that will be important is the application process. So how many jobs do you think is too many jobs? I'm asking Anna Maria, and I'm asking all of you, how many jobs to apply for? How many jobs should you apply for, and what would be considered too many, do you think?
I personally like to go for quality and not for quantity. Always remember, quality, you will get better results than quantity. The quantity, you won't get the same results. You want to put your heart in the job that you want to apply for, and you're becoming the future leader. So I would definitely encourage it. I said maximum the 10.
Yes.
We don't want more.
She's learning. Amazing. Yes.
You don't
10.
want more than that. I think afterwards is
maximum 10.
Yeah.
Maximum 10. And when I say maximum 10 jobs, people, I don't mean just pick the first 10 that you see. I'm saying, like, create a spreadsheet. You all know how to use Google Drive by now, I'm sure, doing all this remote work. I hope so. So Google Drive or Excel spreadsheet, whatever is your preference, right? Note down all the different jobs that you like. And then what I want you to do is filter out those that you don't like. And the best way to do this, if you've ever heard of places like Glassdoor or look at reviews, do remember though, sometimes a lot of people, they're more inclined to write reviews when they've had a bad experience. So take everything with a grain of salt. If a company says, oh, it's got a really horrible culture, just remember there's probably thousands of really great experiences that other people have had, but they don't write the positive reviews. People usually write a review when they're really unhappy. I'm not saying disregard negative reviews because, of course, like, you know, the last thing you want to do is go into a bad organization. But do remember that take it with a grain of salt. If it's a negative review, just put into your mind, remember that there could be any other reason behind why that review was written. So just remember that and keep that in mind. But it's important that you know a bit more about the culture. You can touch base with someone on LinkedIn before you apply, right? And that's where it comes back to the top 10 jobs being filtered out of like the 200 that are available. And if you want to know how to find all the secret jobs, hit me up, DM me. And we do have a special job search team that can help you. Pop on mute.
I do apologize.
That's all right. If you pop it on mute, it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so pretty much what I'm saying here is if you do need that little extra help and support, we can do that as a personal service one-on-one. But when it comes down to actually applying for these jobs, 10 is going to improve your chances of getting the job and also showcase that the fact that you're applying for something you want rather than just going for anything. The last thing you want is to apply for a job, get the job, and then a couple of months later you hate it.
That doesn't show loyalty as well. End of the day, you need to find yourself that you'll be growing and developing in this business or the company that you're going for, and they will hire you because when they're going to be interviewing you, they'll ask you what would you like to become? What are your goals in a 3, 4, 5 years time? And then you can tell them, you know what, I would like to become like an executive.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to share that concerns with your managers or with your colleagues regarding to get promoted. And it's always good thing to show that you want to be growing and developing into the company. Yeah. You don't want something to be changing this year, that next year, the next job. Finding loyalty that you love the culture and you love working for it.
Be clear with what you want because at the end of the day, that's going to yield better results. If the company is right for you, you will grow and progress and develop so much faster and so much better than if you had have just gone for any old job. And someone here, Vedant, you've written here 10 jobs per day. And no, I don't mean 10 jobs per day. I mean 10 jobs full stop. So spend a couple of weeks, write down all of the jobs that you're seeing and go for the ones that you're most suited to, where your skills can develop, right? And ones that you want to work for. And do research on that career progression, okay? Be very clear. Just like I always say this, we do so much research when it comes to like buying a home, investing in property. Let's say it's $500,000-$600,000 home. But a job is about, if you're getting a good job, it should be around that. Could be around 100,000, let's say, a year, imagine, right? And that over 6 years, or let's just say it's less, but it's over a more period of time. You get my point. Over 6 years, that's like 600,000. So it's like the same investment of a house. But a lot of people just send their resume anywhere. They click and apply, and they just, when they get a call, sometimes they're like, oh, I don't know who it is, or, tell me a bit of why you want to come and work for us or our client. And sometimes they're like, I have to go back on which job it is that I applied for, because they don't know, because I haven't got their list. That's why you've got the list. So when they ring, you know exactly who it is and why they're calling. More questions. Okay, sorry. Okay. And don't ask for jobs straight away. It's too direct. Correct. Yeah, like if you're dealing with someone, blah, blah, blah. Personally, go for around 2 roles per day, no more than 10 jobs. And I really want to be clear on this per day. I do not mean 10 jobs a day, guys. I really am talking about you're looking for a job, you've identified 10 of the top jobs you want to apply for, and that is it. Could take you a week to find this list. It could take you 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I don't know. But I don't mean per day, okay? I would compile the list first before you go and apply. And you should be checking the close date, right? You can call up and ask if they don't have the close date on there. Like, shouldn't be a problem.
It's good what you said. Note down the day, the company, the values. Do your research before you apply.
Yeah.
If is that going to be suitable for you and your goals, and you're going to have good results in the next stage of your life.
Yeah. Here we've got Daryl. What if you've been out for months and there isn't much on offer that you like? That's the thing. It is tricky to find a job that you want to go for sometimes, depending on what it is that you're after. But if you wanted to sit down, we can have a chat around a bit more of a personalized, tailored approach. You might be searching because, it seems here like a senior engineer. You might forget that searching like senior programmer, senior developer, things like that could yield a different result. So it could be depending on what you're actually typing in too. Happy to help. So that could be a really yield a different response. And we also wanted to, cover as well, when you're creating this list, when you're doing your research, make sure you're taking into consideration and noting down all the jobs that you apply for. That way you'll have a record. So you're not duplicating your application. It doesn't confuse things. You've got a nice clear list. On our website, I think we do have this on our site. It's like under the careers, create your own career page, and you can actually log each job that you've applied for and include the URL so that you can see the skills that you've got and then the skills that the job has, so that when you write your cover letter, you can write all the skills that you have that are shown in what's needed for the application. And that's a really handy way to improve, once again, the quality, like Anna Maria said, rather than quantity. Quantity does not, you could send 100, some people do 100 applications. And the problem is sometimes once you've applied for that job, let's say it's with Jetstar or whoever, I'm just making an example. Let's say you apply with Jetstar. Some companies, not all, once you've kind of been counted as a no, sometimes it makes it very difficult when you want to apply again. So making sure that your application is really great the first time round is going to give a good result, because it's sometimes harder to then resubmit your CV, because then it's a duplication. Do you know what I mean? If you've already been discounted for the job. So take your time, get a professional to look at your CV, get a little bit of help if you need to, chat with a recruiter who might know the organization culture to tweak that application to be more specific to them.
And the other thing, it's exactly what you said as well. Just before you apply for the job, read carefully the job description, because there's some keywords that you might not take it in consideration, and this is what the job description it is. So you can take that keywords, and when you send a resume, but then the cover letter will be tweaked with these keywords, because this is what will be the value of the company that we're looking for. So look the keywords on the job description as well.
And I'll answer some questions, because I realized we've got a lot of questions on Facebook, because it's the first time we connected Facebook at the same time. So we've been ignoring our Facebook people. So, hey, everyone. We got Sandeep from India. Someone's, Mudasa, you said not answering my question. So sorry. Okay, what thing is much more important thing will be your resume. The second most important thing is searching for the right job that's suitable for you. If you're a administration assistant and you want to be a project manager, I love ambition. I think it's great.
Yeah.
However, if you're applying with a resume that's you've only ever done experience as a receptionist or administration assistant, maybe you've done one course in project management, you may not have a huge success in that application unless you've really tailored that resume correctly. So just keeping that in mind, that it's so important that your skills match with the jobs you're applying for, okay? So I think that is the most important thing more than anything. Even if it's a slightly different job title, the skills have to match. Kindly advice for an international CV. So Sandeep on Facebook. Yeah, international people really tend to come to us the most because they do find it difficult, because it's very different an application for, let's say, in India versus here in Australia. So we can help you with that if you wanted to get, once again, it's really important that you consider getting a professional resume. I know you might, some of you be thinking, oh, I just want to sell resumes. At the end of the day, that's not our core business. So it doesn't really matter to me, yes or no, if you want a resume. But at the end of the day, we can't really help you unless you're looking really good for our clients, because they expect the best and we want to give them the best. And the only way for us to help those of you who might not be presenting the best version of yourself is us to tell you the real truth, and it's usually getting the professional help that's going to give you the big impact.
Always remember, like, presenting yourself into the client, into the best interest. First impressions are the most important impressions. So regardless if it's in one piece of paper, you need to make sure that that piece of paper, it's very well presented. You have your skills ready to go, your education, your career success, your work history. That will be the most desirable candidate that they want to hire. So this is what you need to think about it, that you need to be one of the most desirable candidates.
Okay, and on the topic of upskilling, because we do need to cover off upskilling. So I would really recommend, a lot of you've spent so much money often on your degree, right? And then you've probably spent maybe nothing on your CV, which we already have said. Professional resume, it's the way to go. Those executives do not get executive jobs by accident. Believe me, 9 times out of 10, just ask them, have you ever had a professional resume? They're going to be like, yes. And they do career coaching and business acumen training, all of that. Anyway, my next point is upskilling. So we don't have any affiliation with the organizations that we recommend. However, I would really recommend looking into places like Udemy, General Assembly, Coder Academy, attending even the events. We run an IoT meetup where you can learn amazing skills, even though it's not a formal course. Still adding that to your CV as being a member of some of these amazing programs, which are often free. Our events are all free. You will still learn some awesome skills, build your networks. But when it comes to like Udemy, pick 2 or 3 courses. Don't just like do any course. Like, try and go for the ones that have got really good substance and where you'll learn something, and do those 3 free courses, and then maybe find one where you're paying for it. There's Teachable, there's Udemy, there's General Assembly, there's even universities have these short courses that some of them are really, really valuable. You've got, once again, Coder Academy. And I'm mentioning these because they're the first that come to mind that we know that are reputable, that we've had some sort of maybe even brand interaction. We've worked a lot with General Assembly and with Coder Academy in the past with things like events. And we know that those candidates who come out of those courses, they tend to be real go-getters. And the whole thing is, be a go-getter. Really don't spend your time just doing your artwork like they're suggesting on the news. I mean, I do value, of course, take your mind off things. But remember, when are you ever going to have a couple of months to yourself ever again to do something like this? Most of us have full-time jobs. It's very hard to do it like, course on the side of that. So keep that in mind. Please share some of the good resume templates. Oh my gosh, get onto our website, Manoj, and I would say book in our professional CVs for sure. Where are we at? We're charging. Yeah, that's fine. Sorry, it's just died. So book in with the professional resumes online. We did a video, I don't know if we could reshare it on LinkedIn, where you'll find the link on all of the resume tips. We covered resumes last week. We will do a part 2 as well, so no stress on there. In terms of doing a online course, do keep in mind that it's the skills that you learn that are going to be more important than, for example, the brand name. Yes, some of the major unis, they are fantastic for your degree and stuff. But when it comes to a short course, it's more around the skill that you're acquiring and how hands-on that skill is. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't always have to be the reputation of the brand that a recruiter or that a HR employer look for. And we just want to see that you're learning and that you're taking your career seriously and constantly developing. I'll switch to where are we at on Facebook to bring up some of these questions.
So exactly, it's a great opportunity for you guys probably at this stage to upgrade your skills, get better value out of it, and why not after this COVID-19 you can get promoted to your current roles that you are and go for bigger roles and bigger responsibilities, better lifestyle, better salary.
Yeah.
So definitely I'll encourage you at this stage to do something for yourself and get a small little course that will add a little bit more into what you've done in your career and make it up here.
Yeah. And someone's mentioning on there that there's lots of free templates for resumes and downloadable templates. I want to stress to you, a resume is not all about the format and the template and how it looks. It's the content, okay? And that's something that there's no tool that can really generate customized, personalized content for your career. It's what is inside the CV that matters the most. How many times I come across these beautiful looking, like photoshopped resume designer templates, but the substance isn't there, the keywords aren't there. It's not going to really, the employer is going to see, okay, this person's like very creative and it looks good, but at the end of the day, that's as well not all that is about a resume, is not about just the design or the layout. That's why I'm seriously stressing to you all to like think about it differently. Think of all the money you spend on your degree, and that little piece of paper is the most important thing. And if you want to try and write it yourself, be my guest. However, not everyone has the talent for something like that. It's just not your profession. Just like I am not a painter. I can try and paint the wall all I like, but at the end of the day, it might just cause a problem later. Or I can do the house inspection and check all the, the structure of the house, but if I'm not a professional, I don't really know what I'm looking for. And you might get a result right now. You might land a job, a reasonable job. But like imagine the results you had have got if you had really taken it seriously and had more of a professional approach to it. So just remember, it's not just about the template that I'm talking about. It's not just about copy pasting text off the internet. Like it's a whole thing. A resume is it's a whole thing. Okay, so just remember that. Okay, one of the best resources to upskill now is Pluralsight, at least for IT. Cool, good suggestion. Don't know about much about what they do. I'd love to see a bit more about Pluralsight. Should you use a different style of writing in your resume depending on which industry you're applying for? Your resume, I believe, should stay pretty static. Okay, what I mean by that is your resume should reflect everything about you and all of it should open up several opportunities and doors, whether it's project manager, program manager, or service delivery manager. It should sort of reflect a few different job titles. The cover letter should change per job, and that should be specific to the job.
And that is actually specific to the job by using the keywords, what they're looking.
Yeah.
And, marketing yourself by putting how passionate you are, how keen you are, your success that you have done, showing them that you're a very most desirable candidate, that you're hungry to get that job. You're really hungry. You're one of the best. That will be like, yes, I want to meet them. I want to book them for a job interview.
And that all comes down to that list of the 10. You should have a rough idea around what you're suitable for. I would argue if you're having to tailor your CV for every job you're applying for, that tells me you're probably not suitable for the job, and that you're just making it up to like fit the mold. Now, at the end of the day, you will maybe get the interview, but in terms of like you being able to do the job, you enjoying that job, and you being really suitable for that job, I would argue it may not have the best outcome later down the track. It's, you're kind of fitting in to suit that position description. If you're having to change your CV that much, I would maybe say that it might not be the one for you. And you've got to be really honest with yourself, right, about your resume. You don't want to highlight your weaknesses, but at the end of the day, you cannot be just writing down anything to suit the job just in order for you to land the job. It just might not work out in your favor later on.
No.
Okay, a couple more questions. We've got so many questions coming through. So sorry about this. We have what's online here on Facebook. Webinar can be arranged in large volume. Yeah, you could do it. The online webinars are really fantastic for you if you're needing to get some skills around learning something new. You don't always have to do a formal course. You could do YouTube, right? You could just watch YouTube videos. Spend your time, instead of watching funny YouTube videos, start watching the educational ones. I think that would be fantastic.
That will help you in your career.
Yeah. Okay, so back to landing a job. Like I would say, partner up with a company, like a recruitment company. For us, for example, you can always give us a call. We can tell you all the different options that are available to you. We can create that top 10 job list for you as well. More than happy to assist. So don't hesitate to get onto reesby.com.au. I am just being mindful of time right now. So what have we got? Give some tips how to improve English speaking and listening. Well, I think, Omar, the best thing for like a English language is to submerge yourself with people speaking English all the time. That could be doing an internship, right? We've got lots of great internship programs, and we find that a lot of the students and even people who have got like lots of experience, they come to us because they just really want to learn like the local culture first, because it's good to practice rather than going into a job and then
have that exposure.
Yeah.
And without knowing, it's better just to
pick
go
it
to
up.
something more safe that will be able, like, share the feedback, improve yourself. You're allowed to make mistakes. And then when you're going to go for this amazing opportunity, be ready for it.
Yeah.
So definitely I'll encourage that. So
definitely the English skills is just around surrounding yourself with it, immerse yourself with it, and hopefully get yourself some sort of internship or even part-time work where people are speaking lots and lots of English, and commit yourself to really learning it. I commend you all for those of you who speak multiple languages. It's amazing. And we always see it as, at the end of the day, it's not just always around the language. If you're in tech particularly, you're very lucky. But at the same time, it's a bit of a challenge because, yes, for some jobs, language skills is not as important. However, for a lot of jobs in tech, the English language is well above, for example, a truck driver. So do you know what I mean? So being in the corporate world does also have its the disadvantages as well. It can be a bit tougher, which is why find a place that works well for you, where maybe they do have a lot of people from different places around the world. I don't know if we've got any more final questions, but we're getting lots of questions around the resume, like format and layout. And once again, do not think this is all just about the packaging. Right? How many of you have bought an item before and the packaging is beautiful, but the product doesn't work? At the end of the day, you can make the most beautiful looking resume. If it doesn't have the right substance and skills and it's not specific to your industry, that is what the employer looks for. Okay? That is the most important. It will catch their eye, but sometimes it will just bring to attention the fact that the resume's got some stuff missing off there. So just keep that in mind. Of course, the design is important, but I'm not saying that it's not. But there's a level, and then there's like the next level. And I think that the people who tune into our videos and those who come to us, they're looking for that next level. You're looking to take a step up. It's almost like above what you know. Right? And so sometimes you go to someone else, they give you a new idea that you might not have thought of yourself, or the promotion, you might not know what skills it requires to get to that next level. Seek that, helping hand, someone who knows and someone who's there to listen and can give you the correct kind of tips and advice. We get a lot of tips on the resumes, so we will do resume part 2 next week.
Maybe next time we should do part 2 of resume.
Yeah,
so
maybe this Friday.
Yeah,
possibly.
We can just help as well. Give them some good tips and some good guidelines.
And we've got an ebook as well, so that should be ready. I've been saying that since the last video. It's literally the final touches. So the ebook should be ready really, really soon. I said it was going to be Friday last week, so it's sort of 2 days overdue, but it should be ready today, tomorrow. We will have that for you. So all the resume tips will be inside. For those of you who aren't yet ready to jump the gun and really take their career and get the professional help that you probably should, you can start there. And then when you're ready to take the deep dive, take it to the next level, we can do that. So we will finish here. I think
we have covered pretty much a couple of things.
Couple of little extra tips.
But you know what, guys? Don't even hesitate to send us a private message. We can help you and guide you.
Yeah.
Always remember, when life gives us lemons, we make it into lemonade and we're drinking it.
Yeah.
So always look up the bright side and see what you can take out of this situation by upgrading yourself. Fix your resume, think what you're going to do in your next career, how you'll be able to succeed and achieve your goals. So always think the best of it and all your goals so you can go to the next level, to the next level, and to the next level.
Keep a positive mindset. Have a strategy. Have an approach, a strategy. Miracles, they do happen. They exist. But I would argue that most of those amazing people who are even watching this video, the reason why you found so much success is you took your career into your own hands. You had an approach and a strategy. You took it seriously and took it to the next level. And I'd argue that too many of us, and we all have been guilty of this, don't do that. And you just click and apply and just use that same old resume. And you will certainly sometimes land that job. But if you're really wanting to take your career to just its ultimate heights, sometimes it means doing something a little different. And the competition right now is rampant. I mean, there's many people looking for work right now.
Job post, 100,000 of candidates applying for that same job. So you really need to sit down and review. How is my resume? How are my skills?
Yeah.
Am I capable for this job?
Yeah.
Am I going to like this job?
Can you do it?
Can you do it?
There's one thing, getting the job, and there's the next thing is keeping it. And that's very important for the career portfolio for later on. If you're constantly changing jobs, and sometimes I have to do up resumes and I have to say, you've moved around a fair bit. And they just say, well, because it wasn't really what I thought it would be. And that all comes down to lack of research and lack of really knowing, being self-aware of what you're good at, what you can do, what you can't do. And that all comes down to having an approach, a strategy, doing career consults or resume writing, whatever it is. So hopefully you've got some extra little handy dandy tips. Love to get some DMs. We'll have ebooks. Hopefully this Friday, I'm thinking Melbourne time, we'll maybe do another video. Drop down in the comments what you want to see. I'm thinking resume tips part 2.
I think so too. That by the sound of it, I think they're very kind of popular questions, and we really want to help them.
Yeah, but if you have any other suggestions for the next video, do not hesitate to let us know. Follow up with us later if we didn't get to your questions. I'm so sorry about that. It's just time. Obviously, we've been on here for nearly 40 minutes now, so we don't want to drain life for everyone. Drop your comments. Give us a thumbs up. Share if you like it. Keep encouraging us because, we want to make sure that you really are getting value out of these videos. And it's sort of all around you, which is why we open this up to so many questions and we try our best to deliberate after this and figure out, okay, a lot of questions on this, we'll lean towards next time the video. So this is all about you and what you want. So please do show us what you want, what you need. Keep positive, stay connected, message us, call us, text us, whatever it is you want. And we will see you in the next video.
Have a great week, guys. Thank you very much. Bye.
See ya. Have a good one. Bye. And bye to Facebook.
Bye,
see ya.
Facebook.
How we end it? We don't know. See ya. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.